Welcome back to CrushTalk, the podcast, where your crushes turn into conversations. And this week's deep dive is, it's a real doozy.
It really is one of those that make you wonder what to believe.
Exactly. And you guys sent us so much on this one, too. Legal documents, social media threads, even a Megyn Kelly segment.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget that TMZ video.
Definitely not. Okay, so we're talking about the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni lawsuits.
Right, and it's gotten messy.
It really has. So Lively is alleging that Baldoni sexually harassed her on the set of their movie.
During a slow dance scene.
Right, where he nuzzled her neck and whispered, "It smells so good."
Now, just to clarify, that kind of unwanted physical contact could be considered sexual harassment. And Lively's team is pointing out that it wasn't in the script or anything.
Okay, yeah, I can already hear the gasps from our Crush Talk listeners, but hold on, because it gets even crazier.
Way crazier.
There is a video.
A video.
Yes, TMZ got a hold of it, and it shows that moment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so in the video, we see them slow dancing and, seemingly in character, but it was actually between takes.
So they were just messing around.
Pretty much. And they knew the audio wouldn't be used in the film.
And there wasn't any dialogue written for that part of the scenes.
Yeah, basically they were just improvising.
Interesting. Okay.
So let's take a look.
All right.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but I'm not really seeing what I expected. Lively's laughing. She's holding his hands. She even asks him if he got beard hair on her neck.
Yeah.
It doesn't exactly look like she's uncomfortable.
It's definitely different from what she said in the lawsuit, and this is one of the big reasons why people are questioning her side of the story.
Yeah, and there's more. Lively also accused Baldoni of harassing her in her trailer while she was breastfeeding.
Oh, wow.
And of showing her pornography.
Whoa. Okay, so what does Baldoni say about all this?
Well, this is where his defense team comes in big time. They provided text messages from Lively inviting Baldoni to her trailer while she was breastfeeding. And get this, the alleged pornography turned out to be an artistic photo of a water birth.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's kind of a he said, she said situation.
Yes, it really is. And with the evidence Baldoni's team has shown, things aren't looking so good for Lively.
It's definitely interesting to see how it's all playing out.
Now, remember all those leaked videos and info that started all this? Well, Lively says Baldoni did it as retaliation.
Really?
Yeah, but his team is saying that she's the one who leaked the story to the New York Times.
To make herself look better after those videos from last summer came out.
Exactly. And speaking of strong opinions, we got to talk about Megyn Kelly. She really went in on Lively.
Oh, she did not hold power.
Called her not an honest broker and said that any evidence supporting Baldoni should be released.
Wow.
And a lot of the comments on her segment were really negative towards Lively. Lots of comparisons to Amber Heard and people saying she's hurting the Me Too movement.
Yeah, it really seems like the public is turning against her.
It does. But this is still an ongoing legal battle, so who knows what will happen.
True. We'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds.
And we will be right back to talk about the bigger picture of this case and what it means for the Me Too movement. Welcome back to Crush Talk, where we try to unpack these celebrity situations and figure out what's really going on. So before the break, we were talking about how the public seems to be turning against Blake Lively in this whole thing with Justin Baldoni.
Yeah, and it really makes you think about what this means for the Me Too movement.
It does, right? The movement has been so important for giving survivors a voice and holding people accountable.
Absolutely. But, there have been challenges, and this case is a good example of what can happen when people jump to conclusions.
Because social media is like a wildfire. And even if Lively isn't telling the truth, Baldoni's reputation has already taken a hit.
That's true. Just the accusations alone can have such a big impact.
And it's scary how fast things can get out of control online.
Definitely.
Like, what if there wasn't video footage of that dance? Would we even be talking about this?
That's a good point. It makes you think about all the situations that happen where there's no proof either way.
Right. And then how do we deal with those situations when people are saying different things? It's tough because we don't want to ignore survivors, but we also don't want to just believe accusations without any evidence.
It's a tough balance for sure.
And we have to remember that these are real people with real lives at stake. It's easy to get caught up in the gossip, but these accusations have consequences.
Exactly. This whole case is like a tangled mess with all the different stories and evidence. It's hard to know what really happened.
It reminds me of that movie Harassment. Remember how each character had their own version of the same event? It feels kind of like that.
That's a great comparison. Multiple perspectives, all coming from different places. It's a good reminder that the truth can be hard to find, especially in a he said, she said situation.
So how do we deal with this as, regular people trying to make sense of it all? It's a lot.
I think it's about being careful about what we see online and not just accepting everything as fact.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in all the drama on social media, but we have to take a step back and think critically.
And remember, innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. Just because someone is accused doesn't mean they actually did it. And real life isn't always black and white. These situations are complicated.
That's true. Nuance is important. Speaking of which, we haven't even gotten to the body-shaming accusations yet.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other layer to this story.
Yeah.
And we've got some thoughts on that, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Crush Talk, where we dive deep into all the juiciest celebrity news. And before we wrap up this Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni saga, we have to talk about something you guys brought up.
The body-shaming accusations.
Yeah, so on top of everything else, Lively also says that Baldoni made some comments about her weight. Like he asked her trainer how much she weighed because he had to lift her during a scene.
Oh, wow.
And, body shaming is a big deal these days.
It is. It's never okay to make someone feel bad about their body.
Definitely. But here's the thing. Remember that TMZ video we talked about?
What?
Well, in that same video, Lively jokes about Baldoni getting a nose job.
So some people are saying that she was body shaming him back. Right. And now we have accusations going both ways. It just gets more and more confusing.
It does. It's kind of sad to see because both of them are saying they're the victim.
It is. It just shows how sensitive these topics are and how easily things can get blown out of proportion, especially with social media.
It's true. Words can really hurt, and we have to be careful about what we say, even if we think it's just a joke.
So what do we do? It feels like there's a new celebrity scandal every day.
It can be a lot. I think the main thing is to remember that these are real people going through real things.
Yeah. It's easy to get caught up in the gossip, but this isn't just some entertainment for us. These accusations have real consequences for Lively and Baldoni.
Absolutely. Their careers, their personal lives, it's all affected by this.
It's a good reminder to be a little more understanding and try to see things from different perspectives.
Definitely.
Well, Crush Talkers, we've covered a lot today. We talked about sexual harassment accusations, conflicting stories, leaked evidence, social media, and body shaming. It's been a wild ride.
It really has, and it leaves us with a lot to think about.
It does. What do you guys think about all this? Head over to our Instagram at CrushTalk Podcast and let us know.
And don't forget to follow us to stay up to date on all the latest celebrity drama.
Until next time, Crush Talkers, keep those crush confessions coming.